We begin tonight, though, with breaking news. Politico reporting that it has seen a leaked court draft from February that indicates the Supreme Court would overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade case.
For the very latest on this, let's go to Amy Hockert in our newsroom now. Amy, this coming just within the past hour.
Yeah, Randy and Kelsey, this is being called an unprecedented leak. A document that appears to be a Supreme Court draft was leaked to Politico tonight, and it indicates that the court will rule to overturn Roe v. Wade. Now, the reaction, as you can imagine, is coming in fast and furious. Now, Politico has released what they say is a first draft majority opinion. It was written by Justice Samuel Alito last February, according to Politico. Now, this is not official, this is not final, and we have not independently confirmed this information by the sources we use here at Fox 9. It's also important to note that drafts in general can just change, even dramatically, before a decision is final, and a decision in this case is expected sometime in June. The leak, though, itself here is historic, and the fallout from this report will run deep on many levels. If overturned, as this leaked draft indicates, it would be up to states to decide whether to restrict or ban abortion. Tonight, Governor Tim Walz is responding to this report. In a tweet, he writes, "Let me make something abundantly clear for all Minnesotans. If this reported draft SCOTUS opinion is released, there will never be an abortion ban under my watch. The right to an abortion will be respected in Minnesota as long as I'm in office." Again, the reaction from this leaked draft is pouring in. It's a bit like a fire hose here in the newsroom. We're going to keep working on this story. We're going to bring you the very latest as the night goes on. Randy?
All right, Amy, thank you.
Wow. Amazing. So many of our prayers and our hopes and our dreams for just decades now are being realized. And isn't it amazing? God is moving so powerfully right now in our nation that we're on the brink of seeing Roe versus Wade overturned, and Trump's not in the White House. Biden's in the White House. So, it just goes to show, just because we don't see things aligning politically or in high places of power and influence, the way we think they should. We did get several wins when Trump was in office, and it's showing through what's happening right now in the Supreme Court. But what is the Lord saying through this? I think it's interesting, saints. Saturday night, I had a word from the Lord about the connection between Jezebel and how Jezebel goes after the children. Here's actually the thumbnail for the video that I did Saturday night. Bam, right there. Talking about how Jezebel targets prophetic children. But I just had this word in my spirit about the connection between Jezebel and going after children, wanting to take out children. And what's happening right now with the potential of overturning Roe versus Wade, it reminds me of that, because Jezebel, I believe, is ultimately responsible for what's happened with abortion, the targeting of children, children not having a place of refuge in our nation now for so long, the unborn. It was Jezebel in the Bible who brought in child sacrifice into the nation of Israel. So there's definitely a connection there. But as I'm watching this clip here, this video clip from Fox 9 or whatever, I think it's interesting that they're quick, even the person who's doing the reporting, they're quick to say, "Oh, this isn't final, everybody, this isn't final." And it's like you can feel the collective just tightness and pressure that's already on the media and the news outlets. It's like, I don't know if you could sense that, but I could feel even the pressure that's on even that reporter giving the report. I heard a couple weeks ago, a guy named Vadi Bakum, he was preaching and teaching. He was saying that sermons today die the death of 1,000 qualifications. Like, if you're going to talk about, sin, you've got to qualify it, 10,000 times with, "Well, I'm not saying that God doesn't love people that live this lifestyle," all that, right? And it's like I could hear that news anchor qualifying the statement. This isn't final. It's just a draft. And Satan wanted to leak this. He wants this information out because he wants to rally the troops, to push back and to pressure the Supreme Court justices, Alito being the leader in this, Satan wants to pressure these Supreme Court justices through the public opinion and the blowback through the media to reverse their decision, the direction they're going. So we need to pray for the Supreme Court justices. We need to pray that God gives them the strength and the fortitude of God Almighty, that these conservative Supreme Court justices that have been placed in there, like Esther's, that was a major word that was given to, I can't remember her name right now, Amy Coney Barrett, okay? That she was like an Esther, that God has strategically placed her for such a time as this to save the lives of millions. And if you remember, Esther in the Bible was strategically placed to avert a Jewish Holocaust. And there is absolutely a Holocaust going on right now with the murdering, the butchering of millions of babies in this country for years. And it's why it's the primary reason, I believe, that we're under judgment as a nation. God has spoken this over and over again by the mouths of his prophets going back decades now. And I heard several prophets even prophesy the era that we're in right now, beginning in 2020, being a result of the buildup in the spirit of what's come down on us as far as God's righteous judgment against sin concerning the abortion issue. So one last thing I want to say, very interesting. I was listening to Cindy Jacobs interview both Chris Reed and Chuck Pierce recently about a dream that Chris Reed had about the states, several states seceding from the Union, there being a split. And I remember something that Chuck Pierce said. Chuck Pierce said that he doesn't believe that all of America can or will be saved, like some people. But he believes a remnant of America, that there's a coalition of states that will be saved, and it will be based on which states turn to the Lord. So here's what I believe the Lord's saying. That yes, it is his intent to overturn Roe versus Wade, and to return the power to the states. And the states that choose to uphold abortion or abolish abortion is going to determine the destiny of those states moving forward. Okay? And I do believe that will be the major issue that splits this nation ultimately. It's which ones choose life and which ones choose death. Which ones choose to continue the partnership with the spirit of death, and which ones will choose life moving forward. So that's what I feel in my spirit as I hear about this news breaking right now. But saints, this is the final hour. This is the last stretch. Many of you have prayed for decades for Roe versus Wade to be overturned. Continue praying. Pray for those Supreme Court justices, that God would give them an unshakable fortitude to stick to their guns and to stay on this path that the Lord our God has led them to walk, and that all the way into June and July, the decision would not just be a draft, but it would be written into law, and we'd have this evil law overturned. Hallelujah.